Look back in your past and think about a moment when you've been in your power, when you were confident who you are, when you've been confident where you're going, when you've been felt like people like you for what you are, maybe when you were newly in love, whichever the feeling was, you can remember at least one evening, maybe one day, 1 week in your life where you felt like that. Now imagine that you could feel like that the rest of your life. The rest of your life, the whole life that you have in front of you. Because you walked a long path on this search for yourself. You walked through difficult things, facing yourself, thinking about what's in it for me, or not only what's in it for me, but why am I doing this? What will I achieve with this? And you always got an answer: liberation, or finding yourself, or having a better life, or be more myself, feeling again in my power. Those are all kind of expressions that could describe the same kind of thing. Depends on you, of course, how you see it and how you feel it. But I remember times in my life when I've been in my power, when I've been feeling powerful, when everything was alright, when I did not worry what will happen in 1 hour, tomorrow, in 1 week. I had those kind of periods in my life and I'm searching for them again. And this search that I'm currently doing to look for myself, for my true self, for the person I am in reality, not when wearing a mask, is where the power lies. It's time for you to find your power again. It's time for you to feel the force, as the Jedi say. It's time for you to be in your power. It's time for you to be powerful. Because you've been on this path, coming to your power and coming to your awakened self for some time now. And you're finally here. You've arrived at the moment to the crossroad where you can decide again, like many times in your life, will you allow life to be the same, or will you do everything possible to bring out your potential? Even though we think that after we decide to do this one time, that then it's decided forever, but it's not true. There are some crossroads that we are afraid of. Some crossroads that you know, once you decide to go into your power, the life will not be the same as you know it. It will change. It will demand something from you that you don't know if you can handle, that you don't know if you are capable of. But that's an ego state who wants to keep us stuck, but not stuck, but safe. Why would you risk anything if life is okay? Yeah. But the point is that we are not okay with the okay, because we know that we can do more, and because we know that people and planet needs us. Let's be honest, that we are here on a mission to find ourselves and then to help others find themselves and come into the power. And it's like this, battle between the light and dark, as we always see in movies and stories. But in the end, well, there is some truth in it, right? There are some elements that we can take from there and be angry in our anger and resentment and hate and everything, and use the power that comes from that place to hurt people, or to decide to find ourselves, our light, to integrate our shadow, to process our pain, our hate, our resentment, and everything we have inside us, and just let it be part of us, but the part of us that bring us power to do good things, power to do things that we believe we are called here to do. So it's time for you to find your power. You already know how it feels, because you can remember those moments, and you know how you felt at that point in life. So how can you find that power? By thinking in the past, what kind of decisions brought you there? What kind of thoughts you had? And what kind of things you were doing? Why you were doing those things? Those kind of analysis. And you will come to a conclusion, first of all, that you've been doing the things that are aligned with your soul. Secondly, you've been expressing yourself as you are. Third, you were expressing your power, and you were working from power, not from what it cannot be done, but what we can do and what we will do. And there could be many other elements. And you can remember at that point how people treated you, how people were intrigued by you, how there were many options for you to get a romantic partner at that point, and there were many options where you can take your life. Everything starts coming to you because you are magnetized, to the positive things, to everybody, because when somebody feels you are in your power, they feel like a magnet that needs to attract to it. So, to tell you about this power, you could find a reference to, maybe Star Wars and the Jedis, because how can you actually talk about something that you can only feel, but you cannot somehow explain? It's think to your younger version of yourself and remember your power and remember how you felt, and then forget about your current age, forget about your current obligations, forget about your current limitations, and bring back that power, that memory in a specific moment, and you will know in that moment what kind of decision needs to be done. What would that version of me from the past do at this crossroad? What would I decide to become, to be, to experience? For myself, I already know. It's very obvious to me. And of course, we are all scared of that because coming into our potential, it can be scary. That's why many people don't do it. We expect everything to change. We expect that everything will be different because it will be different. Even if it won't be so different in a physical space or plane, it will be difficult the way we feel, and it will be difficult. No, not difficult. Different. Um, and yeah, probably also difficult because it is something new. It's not something that we are used to. We're used to be without our power. And now it's time. It's time to find that power within. Think about it. It's a new week. There will be many decisions to be taken. And when you're taking a decision, think about the perspective of the person that you know yourself to be in the past. And just make a decision from that place. And allow yourself to come to power and allow yourself to experience something new. Everything is in front of you, and it's up to you to decide stay the same or go into your power. And at this point, I wish you all the best. Have a great week, and we are in touch.